Welcome. So, tell us about your worst gig. No. Spoiler alert is your new show, and how timely is that given the whole Game of Thrones and discussion around how we should live with spoilers?
I gotta say, when I left England, I live in England because I'm very Irish. And I sat my wife down and we had a discussion. I said, look, honey, I'm going to be on the other side of the world for 2 weeks. I think our relationship is strong enough that I should be allowed to watch Game of Thrones without you. And she kind of went, OK, but I'll wait for you. But I still haven't seen the final.
You haven't seen? Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
I have no method of watching it. There's all talk of like, oh, someone has a USB stick with it on. It's all being passed around comedians at the festival, and I still haven't seen it yet. And now that I've said that, I will not be allowed to look at Twitter because everybody in New Zealand who's got access to the internet is just going to be spamming my Twitter mentions with spoilers now.
Yeah, spoilers or joke spoilers, right? Yeah.
You don't just leave your wife behind these days. Of course, you've had a child, I think, since we saw you last night.
Indeed, that's part of the reason I leave my wife behind. Right. Yes, because I have two small boys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there you go.
Has that changed things for you?
Well, I always thought as well that stand-up comedy would become less interesting to me once I became a dad. Like compared to the job of raising 2 boys and turning them into men and trying to make them be the people that you want them to be. The frivolity of making people laugh just would seem so unimportant. But I tell you now, as a father, as a husband, I need this job more than ever. Just to feel, even if it's just for the 75 minutes on stage, like someone is listening to a word I say.
First time a gag dies at home in front of your kids, you're like, whoa, I gotta get back on.
The power of the microphone compared to being a parent. Like if I was to point at something, like if there was something on the floor and point at someone in the front row and go, could you pick that up? They'd just do it because I'm the man on stage. They're gonna look at me and go, I didn't put it there. We just want to get it home.
A lot of people do listen to what you say when you're on stage. You're a king in the comedy world. But I wonder, like, if you think of rock stars, say, who have been doing what they do for the same amount of time, they can just play, like, the same 5 songs, travel around the world, make millions of dollars. Are you still, like, cranking out stuff from the 90s?
Not allowed to do that. No.
What do you do? How do you deal with it?
I love the way you said, like, conspiratorial. You're still on TV. Question.
I see you there.
Are you still rehashing this stuff? No, when I do, like, private functions, corporate gigs, stuff like that, I'm quite happy to just dig into the greatest hits. But when you're touring, it's expected to just keep, people are not, no one's looking for the old favourites. But that's because comedy doesn't appeal in the way that music does. No one's ever asked you, what comedy routine was playing when you lost your virginity.
You must get people coming up to you.
I was actually doing a comedy routine when I lost my virginity.
You must get people coming up and telling you their favourite gags of yours, favourite routines, because they're so relatable. You've just got that in mind.
Occasionally you'll get somebody disappointed after the show.
That you didn't do.
I thought you were going to do some stuff about your cat. I go, no, that was in the last show. There's stuff about the cat. There's stuff about kids. Yeah, I don't have kids though. I do have a cat.
Do you keep an eye on Ireland, even though you live in the UK now? Because we have a bit of a competitive thing going with Ireland now. Yeah,
well, then who's going to be first to reach 5 million?
That's it.
It's a very enjoyable competition, that isn't it? It's like who can have more sex? Which country can throw itself open?
Yeah. Well, I'm
going a lot of your stuff is about being triggered, about being angry. What's triggering you the most at the moment?
Do you know what? The difference between what makes me angry now and what used to as a younger man, like I look at old footage of me, as I'm coming through to rehash for the new show. And it's weird. The stuff that makes me angry now is stuff that people would just find too annoying if I spoke about it. The thing, people throwing litter out of car windows and stuff like that, it's just not even funny. I've just old man gripes.
Yeah, you turn into a dad like us.
Yeah, but the thing that probably annoys me most is myself. I annoy me more than, man, and I yell at myself. No one should be spoken to the way I talk to me.
Well, you're going to see the very